Welcome back to the Detailing Detectives YouTube channel. In this video we're going to talk about maintaining ceramic coated wheels. This particular vehicle has had the combination of V1 and V3 from Max Protect. So in this video we're using my own vehicle. It was coated around 6,000 miles ago and it was washed about 6 weeks ago. So it's probably done about 1,200 miles since then. It's not massively dirty on the wheels, the ceramic coating does help, but it definitely needs a really good clean. So of course for this job we're going to need a number of brushes and other items, so we've also got a wash pad there as well. And we've got different brushes for the arches, tyres, the actual round near the wheel nuts, the edges. Links to all these will be in the description below. And onto the chemicals. So we've got 4 chemicals that we're using today. We've got the A and Bubble shampoo, the blue chemical is all-purpose cleaner, the pink kind of chemical is an iron fallout remover, and the other bottle behind that is Silk Coat from Max Protect. And we also have our wheels bucket, and inside the wheels bucket we also have our grit guard, which is from Chemical Guys. So let's get started. First of all, obviously we need to fill the bucket up with some clean water, so let's do that now. Now the bucket's full, let's go and put some of that shampoo in. A couple of squirts of A&M Bubbles here into the bucket. And then the next job is to get that all nice and soapy, ready to use. Okay, so first up what we need to do is just rinse down the arch and the wheel, getting all that loose dirt and debris away so we can clean these as safely as possible. So I'm starting with the arch first. As you can see, we're giving it a thorough rinse just to make sure that everything's been removed where possible with the pressure washer before we make that contact. And of course when we've done the arches we're going to give that wheel a really good rinse as well before we touch it with anything. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab the all-purpose cleaner. And we're going to spray that directly onto the tyres, making sure you're putting plenty on. And then the first brush we're going to use is a tyre scrubbing brush. As you can see, it's got some nice bubbly suds on there, and that'll just help all that dirt within the tyre itself, and also the all-purpose cleaner will help pull all that dirt out. We do recommend you do this a couple of times. So you can see all that tyre's nicely foaming up. This is quite a hard brush. It's really good. They're not that expensive either, which is always handy. So what you'll notice now is I get the all-purpose cleaner again, and I give it another squirt. It's always good, like I say, to repeat this process to pull all that grime out from the tyre sidewall itself. As you can see, the foam's getting whiter and whiter the more I do it, which means that we're pulling out all that dirt. If it's really bad, I'd recommend rinsing in between these steps just to make sure that you get rid of all that, but these aren't that bad. And then the next thing we do is grab the EZ detail brush and we do inside of the wheel itself, making sure there's plenty of suds and soap on that brush just to make sure we're making sure it's all well lubricated, getting into all the nuts and crannies inside, making sure you're angling the brush, make sure you get back of the spokes, etc. And what you'll notice is I'm cleaning in a clockwise direction. I do this just to make sure that you don't miss anywhere and that you know where you've been. It's always important just to keep redunking that brush to make sure you clean off any dirt that's on there and you load it back up with shampoo. Now what you'll notice is we've not used any wheel cleaners here. Some wheel cleaners can degrade some coatings. We don't recommend using a wheel cleaner with these particular coatings themselves. Some people do, we just don't recommend it ourselves. And now we've done the back of the wheels, it's time for the faces, and here we've got a green microfiber pad, link to this product in the description below. Really good piece of equipment this, something we've added to our collection recently, and it just enables us to clean those faces a little bit better and a little bit more delicately than a brush. I found some of the brushes can scratch some of the gloss black finishes, whereas this doesn't seem to mar them. So we've just added it as part of our routine now. You can get into all those nooks and crannies. Helps the process a little bit quicker than using a little detailing brush as well. So once that's complete, we grab the little detailing brush and just do around the wheel nuts, just to make sure we get all the dirt and debris out of that. One thing I like to do once I've done that is just go around the edge of the tyre and the air valve just to make sure that all the dirt's out of there. Just make it really clean as you possibly can do. And then it's onto the arches itself. So again, all-purpose cleaner, just spraying that in the arches, making sure you've got quite a bit of coverage on there, and then we'll get some brushes in there and agitate it. Do that tyre again. Like I say, it always helps if you do it more than once. First brush, it's a Vicam brush, and get that onto the plastic bits. Again, the plastics inside this wheel arch have been ceramic coated in Max Protect's UNCR, which make the wheel arches extremely easy to clean, and the fabric bit has been protected with Max Protect's fabric coat as well. So make sure you get into all them little gaps. I know this isn't really part of cleaning wheels, but it's an essential part. You do it all at the same time. So once we've done that, we use what we call the bog brush. It's an E-Detail Go brush, I believe they're called. Put some all-purpose cleaner on there, and then we just scrub those fabrics down. Putting a little bit of pressure on, obviously not too much, but a bit of pressure just to get out any dirt that's embedded into those carpets. And then it's one final scrub for the tyre. So that's 3 times we've done this tyre now, just to make sure we're pulling all that muck out. If you're going to put a tyre dressing on, make sure your tyres are very well cleaned, because your tyre dressing will last longer. And then it's time to get it all rinsed off. Make sure you really give it a thorough rinse as well, just to make sure you remove all that shampoo and all of the dirt from the arches and the tyre. So here you have it, a nice clean wheel. You can see it beads up very, very well. There's not much water left on there actually either. And we can also show you nice clean wheel arch as well. Look at that. Fabulous. So there you would have that. So what you would do then is dry the wheel. However, we're going to talk about quarterly maintenance as well. So once every quarter, every couple of thousand miles, we would recommend putting an iron fallout remover on the wheel as well, just to regen the coatings. So that's what we're going to do here. Nothing special. This is iron fallout remover from MV Car Care. I'm just going to spray that on, leave it a few minutes, and then rinse it off. You can agitate this if you want. It all depends on how caked the wheels are. These aren't too bad. We're simply just doing this today, as it's come up to that time on its maintenance schedule. Make sure you get all inside the wheel as well, it's not just the faces. We don't recommend using this every time you wash your vehicle, definitely only once a quarter or once every 6 months, depending on how often you use your vehicle and how much mileage you do. And as you can see, the level of contamination is very, very minimal. Yeah, not very much bleeding effect there. This has been on the vehicle for about 10 minutes at this stage, and then we'll go ahead and rinse that off. Again, another thorough rinse, making sure we've removed all that residue and all the chemical has disappeared. Make sure you get in between the spokes, back of the wheel. Flush all that away. Again, just an overview of the wheel. As you can tell, the fallout remover not really made any difference to that coating whatsoever. And next now on to drying. For this we're going to use a blower. Again, link in the description below. This is one of the blow dryers we got from Clean and Shiny. It's a great piece of kit. And as you can see, we're doing this after we've washed the rest of the vehicle as well, which is all nice and gleaming. You can also dry the tyre, get rid of some of that water. Although we do recommend you wait a while before putting on any tyre dressing to make sure that tyre is bone dry. But if you haven't got time, then yeah, you can blow all the water out, get that tyre nice and dry. So now we're going to look at topping up that protection, and we're going to use Max Protect Silk Coat here. It is an ultimate smart bottle just to make it a bit easier to apply. Spray, and then get a microfiber towel and just work that in. Just helps repel some of that brake dust and keeps the coating nicely topped up. Again, we don't expect you to do this every time. Again, just do this on your quarterly maintenance. But you can do it every time if you wish. That's completely up to you. There's no harm in doing that. And now it's time to dress those tyres. We're using Max Protect's Ultimate Tyre Coating. There's a bit of sponge there that we've teared off. Sponge is perfect for this. So pop some onto the sponge and just work that into the tyre. Now this gives a couple of different finishes depending on what you prefer. So if you put just one coat on, it gives you a nice fresh look, and you can build those layers up to get it as glossy as you wish. We only recommend really no more than 2. And if you really clean your tyre, this can last weeks. It is a really good tyre dressing. And now we'll just put another coat on there, left this for about half an hour to dry, and then we're just going to go in and put another coat on there just to add a bit more of a gloss. These are quite chunky tyres. And there it is, your finished result. Look at that. Splendid. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Links to all items used, chemicals and equipment is in the description below. And yeah, join us again for another video.
Alright folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube and add us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Ta-ra!